Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know this is a different style, but it's for this video, and probably all the others, I'm not sure. Not too long ago, EvidentP did a 100-player Java event, and I lost. I feel terrible. I'm sad, depressed, nothing to live for. And to wallow in that pain, I'm gonna tell you the full story, and at the end, you'll see how I died. Enjoy. Me and all the other players were waiting in the lobby, just running around, until this happened. It turned out that Swervo tried to ban someone, but he accidentally banned everyone. Here's the recording of it. Just let you know, it's really low quality because I wasn't trying to record my mic, but I didn't know it was on, so sorry for the low quality. I turned it off later.
I've been banned too.
You IP banned at A! Are you stupid? Oh my god, Swervo, there is no way.
He was able to invite everyone back to the world though, thankfully. So we were able to start the challenge. We spawned on the island and we were gathering resources, but we were stuck on adventure mode for a little bit of the time until he changed it back. I continued gathering resources and wood so I can craft a boat, axe, and pickaxe so I can get as far away from spawn as possible. I have no goddamn clue what I was doing here. I was trying to craft a boat until some kid broke my crafting table. But I ended up crafting my boat and wanted to sail the high seas to get as far away from the guy as possible. I found a small cave. While it wasn't much, it was good enough for me to get away from Evident for a short while. I turned up the brightness for this part so you can actually see what I'm doing here. I mined out a little box for me to live in for a short while so I can get the loot. That was until I realised Evident released, so I had to get as far away from spawn as possible. Here's a short time lapse of me running. That was when I realised how many achievements people were getting. I knew I wasn't able to catch up, so I just let the flow. I also remembered that I was in hardcore mode, so I had to be extra careful. Eventually, I decided to dig straight down, so I can collect more loot like coal and copper. My pickaxe was about to break, so I had to craft a new one. That's when Party Boy said Evident has a glow effect. I was looking around, and that's when I saw him. So I had to keep crouching and keep digging down. That's when I found a water cave for me to hide in for a little while. I found some copper and I decided to mine it. It was enough for me to get some copper armor, so I started getting that. Of course, I had to get some fuel to, fuel my furnace, so I mined coal. I started smelting my copper, and while I waited, I looked around my cave. So while I do that, I want to remind you to subscribe. I know that's kind of an EvidentP thing, but just do it. I need subscribers, I need money, please. It really helps a lot, thank you. If you see me shivering a lot, I'm just terrified because I don't want EvidentP to kill me. This is me looking for some iron, but I could not find it anywhere. I found some emeralds, but you can't mine that with a stone pickaxe, so yeah. I eventually found something weird. It looked like someone was already here. I mined for blocks and then I eventually found some sort of staircase. I thought it led to somewhere, so I came down. But before I did that, I had to get my stuff from the furnace just in case there was someone down there or any mobs. Thanks to the new Minecraft update, I made some copper armor and now I was ready to go down the staircase. At the time, I was hoping for something like a mineshaft or a player with chests, but what I found was really disappointing.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the f, man? Get your ass on.
Yeah, it was actually nothing. I don't know why. What's even the point? Now, after that depressing act, I decided to go back upstairs because, you know, there was nothing down there. And I hoped that Evident wasn't there. I prayed. I was looking around until, at that moment, I was just terrified. I thought EvidentP was there, but actually, it was just a skeleton. That was when I remembered my loot, so I decided to get it. When I finally got it, I left the cave, hoping Evident wasn't there. Another time lapse of me running around. While it wasn't a cave, it looked pretty good, so I just looked around, hoping there was something, but there wasn't. What a surprise. For some reason, I thought the gravel particles was the glow effect. Oh my god, I hate my life. That was when I realised there's more to this. The borders will be closing in on the world, so I had to get to the middle of it. Here's another time lapse. I can't remember why, but I decided to dig down. After I came out like my little grave, I decided to take a trip. But then I found some blocks, oak blocks. I'm not sure why they were there. Probably someone was here, so I got a little skeptical. But I decided to just take a ride on my boat. Then I saw someone. I thought he was gonna team with me, but he was just ignoring me the whole way through. So I just left him. After sailing around for a little bit, I decided to get off here so I can explore more. I found another cave that I could live in for a little bit to hide. Since I could not find iron anywhere, I decided to just get full copper armor, since it was the next best thing. I began smelting my copper, and while that happened, I just explored the cave for a little bit. That's when the water started to really close in, so I had to start escaping the cave. I quickly used the copper I had to make a chest plate, and I swam away in my boat. All I have to do is break one oak log to get a crafting table, so I left it there. Cue the 50th time lapse. Yeah, it's another boring time lapse, but it's at least better than a cut. I eventually found some people who were generally doing the same thing I did, so I teamed up with them for a little while. They eventually offered to me some iron, so I took some. I used that iron to craft a shield and a sword. Yes, I crafted a sword in Java Edition, don't judge me. It was starting to turn night, so we had to gear up a little bit more. This is 100% my favourite part of the whole thing, being in a group. I was starting to look around for evidence, but I couldn't see him anywhere. But I decided to dig to the core to VR for some reason, probably to gather resources. Then something unexpected happened when I was at the lowest point. literally, not figuratively. I could see Evident's glow effect, so taking no chances, I had to dig lower. I decided to re-emerge when Evident was gone, so I could get as far away from the border as possible. I thought I saw some civilization, so I decided to go there. But that was the worst idea I possibly could have ever had, because Evident was the closest. This is where things started to go downhill, because I decided to dig down to escape. I continued digging down as a terrified man, but that is when things went wrong. Just watch this. Yeah, so that didn't turn out the greatest for me. Nevertheless, I had fun. I'd like to thank EvidentP for making this event possible, and the gang I joined in at the end. And I had fun. I already said that, didn't I? Well, thanks for watching.